When you look in the mirror, what do you see? For me, I see myself. Obvious, right? But more seriously, I see myself and others. A bit of my mother, some of my dad, and apparently a head shape that is similar to my brother's? Whatever that means. When people see you, they see more than just your face. They see a glimpse of your lineage, your story, and your life. In a similar way, as children of God, when others look at us, they should see more than just us. They should see traces of God's character reflected in our attitudes, habits, and choices. God calls us to live lives of integrity, true to His principles, as we commit to the work He has laid before us. Genesis 1 verse 27 puts it beautifully. So God created human beings in His own image. In the image of God He created them. Male and female He created them. But what does that really mean? How do we reflect God's image in our everyday lives? Let's dive into that today in this episode called To Image. But before we go any further, let's go over a couple key terms that will help us in today's discussion. Firstly, character. The traits and tendencies carried by an individual. Second, integrity. The quality of being true to a set of principles. All good? Let's keep moving. If we are truly made in God's image, then we carry the image with us every day. That means we reflect His character, not just to those we love, but to everyone around us. This calling shifts our focus away from self-centered success to lives marked with humility and integrity. Reflecting God's image means living a self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined life. Becoming a godly, dependable worker is not a separate goal, but it's a byproduct of our devotion to the Lord. Out of our overwhelming love for God, we reject the pull of worldly desires and strive towards the purpose He had planned for us in our lives. We reflect the character of our Creator when we wisely manage the resources, responsibilities, and relationships He has entrusted us. Now, let's take a look at an example from Scripture. In the book of Exodus, the Israelites had just been delivered from slavery in Egypt. God had worked powerful miracles on their behalf. But what did they do? They rejected God and worshipped a golden calf. Imagine that. After everything God had done for them, they still turned away from Him. Even so, God's response was incredible. Though they disrespected, dishonored, and disobeyed Him, He still loved His people. Yes, they suffered consequences, but even those were given with compassion and mercy. Instead of reflecting God's image to the other nations, the Israelites chose to adopt the image of the world around them. Let that sink in. They had the opportunity to reflect God's glory, but they settled for a man-made idol. That was a lot, so let's rewind a bit and recap what we've covered. We are made in God's image. We carry that identity in every area of our lives. Reflecting God's image means living an upright, holy life, marked with humility and obedience. And here's one more practical reminder. The next time you face a frustrating situation at work, let's say you paint a house, only for the homeowner to ask for a different color. Breathe. Rather than responding with irritation, choose to reflect patience and grace. Every obstacle is an opportunity to bear God's image to those you serve. Here's a couple questions to reflect on this week. Think about a task at your job, school, or home that you're responsible for. How would your efforts change if you believed God personally assigned them to you? What does it mean to be a person of great integrity in small unseen things. What traits should we embody so that we are recognized by our devotion to God through our work and lives? Thanks for listening to Call to Thrive. Join me next time as we continue the journey with our next episode, Called by Name. See you then.